You've probably experienced this in your life too. Sometimes a person draws you in, yet you can't explain why. They're neither the most attractive nor the most talkative. But with them you always feel comfortable, valued, and at ease. This is no coincidence. Often, the most captivating people aren't the ones who talk the most, nor do they try to show off or prove anything. Yet, their presence always places them at the center of attention. The secret lies in the fact that such people genuinely don't speak excessively, and they don't make any effort to attract attention. But when they do speak, it's at the perfect moment, and they choose words that naturally draw people in. Those words make them appear respected, intelligent, and compelling in the eyes of everyone around them. If you want to change how people perceive you and evoke respect and interest from others, I recommend watching this video until the end, because the 6 phrases I'm about to share, if used at the right moments, will attract everyone around you, and people simply won't forget you. These phrases don't just make you interesting, they make you trustworthy. People will want to know you, and in your presence they will feel valued. All I ask is that you subscribe to the channel, like and share this video so our friends can benefit too. Knowledge is meant to be shared, and by doing so, you'll contribute to this journey as well. If you're ready, let's begin. Let's start with the first phrase. Tell me more about this. Sometimes someone starts talking, but you sense that no one is really listening. Everyone seems to hear only to respond, not to understand. But then you say, tell me more about this. And in that moment, something changes in the other person's gaze. It's as if a door inside them suddenly opens, because very few people genuinely want to listen. People don't crave to be heard, they crave to be understood. This simple phrase, though it may seem ordinary, opens the way to emotions someone may have hidden for years. They feel, my voice matters to someone, and believe me, this feeling is rare. Everyone wants attention, but very few give it. When you say this phrase, you instantly stand out. You're not saying I, you're saying you. You prioritize understanding over ego. Imagine someone tells you about a difficulty at work, feeling misunderstood or simply exhausted. Most people immediately start giving advice. Don't do it that way, do it like this. You always overthink things. But you simply say, tell me more about this. This phrase isn't a suggestion, it's an invitation. You give the other person a space to open up their thoughts and feelings. And here's the interesting part. This simple act often becomes what makes you most attractive. Because attraction isn't about appearance, it's about attention. People like you because they feel valued and safe around you. In psychology, this is called emotional safety. They feel that with you, they won't be judged or mocked. That's why people are drawn to you. They can breathe easier around you. The Stoic said, a wise person speaks little and listens much, because listening reveals the soul. Listening is a silent form of power. The less you speak, the more meaningful your words become. Every time you say, tell me more about this, you're not just starting a conversation, you're earning trust. In that moment, the other person no longer sees you as just another random person. They remember you as someone who understands them. And this is where the foundation of real attraction lies. Yes, true allure doesn't come from beauty. It comes from understanding, calmness, and attention. When you start genuinely listening to someone, it's like holding up a mirror for them. People remember not just how much they were listened to, but how you listened. Honestly, everyone feels a bit lonely in this regard. But someone who feels truly heard forgets their loneliness. So this phrase, tell me more about this, is not just a sentence. It's a door to someone's heart. And the person who opens that door is always remembered. Say these words not out of mere curiosity, but with feeling, attention and patience. The other person will notice instantly. And in that moment, they'll want to stay around you, because what drives you to listen is not curiosity, it's understanding. And remember, talking makes you heard, but listening makes you beloved. The second powerful phrase you can use is, I don't know. This short expression doesn't make you appear weak. On the contrary, it makes you seem intelligent, sincere, and credible. Think for a moment. How often have you seen someone openly admit that they don't know something? Very rarely, right? Because most people try to appear as if they know everything. Everyone wants to show they are informed on every topic. A bit of fear, a bit of ego, and a desire to be seen. It's as if saying, I don't know, would immediately reveal their ignorance and make them lose respect. But in reality, the opposite is true. Truly strong people aren't afraid to say, I don't know, because they understand that genuine respect comes from honesty. The Stoics understood this perfectly. They said, knowing that you don't know is the beginning of wisdom. This means that if you acknowledge there's more to learn, you are already at the starting point of the journey. You are ready to grow, to develop, and to think more deeply. Imagine a friend, a colleague, or a teacher saying to you honestly, I don't know the answer to this question, but let's explore it together. How would that make you feel? Most likely you would trust this person more, because they aren't pretending. They aren't trying to prove themselves. They are simply being real with you. Now consider someone else who always has an answer for everything, always comments on every topic and never admits, I don't know. Over time, you notice that this person feels fake. They speak, but their words lack depth and authenticity. The human mind naturally distinguishes between sincerity and pretense. The most attractive people in life aren't those who try to appear perfect. They are those who are real. Your mistakes, uncertainties, and things you don't know are what make you human. This isn't weakness, it's what makes you truly human. Saying I don't know also quiets the ego. At that moment, you're not trying to be right, you're simply seeking the truth. And this is silent wisdom. Too often, we waste hours in arguments trying not to admit what we don't know. But what do we gain? Nothing. Only tension, distance, and misunderstanding. But if you pause and calmly say, I don't know. But this is interesting, let's find out. It relieves you and eases the interaction. People perceive you as mature. They sense that your goal isn't to win, but to understand. By saying I don't know, you also give the other person trust. It's like saying, I'm in front of you without a mask. I'm not hiding myself. This rare honesty makes people remember you differently. Always remember, if you always act like you know everything at work or with friends, people will hesitate to approach you. But if you sometimes simply say, I don't know, I'm curious too, the other person instantly relaxes. There's sincerity now, and in that simplicity and honesty, your attractiveness is born. You appear deeper, more trustworthy, and more natural. Conversations with you are easy. People like you because you don't deceive them, you are genuine. Remember, saying I don't know shows not weakness but confidence. Only someone confident isn't afraid to make mistakes. Only someone who knows themselves leaves room for new knowledge. And finally, this simple phrase opens many doors. Life rewards not perfection but openness to learning. The more you admit you don't know, the more life will teach you. And each time you say I don't know, you become a little wiser, a little more captivating. Now let's move on to the third phrase. That sounds challenging. This expression can sometimes be more impactful than long speeches, because when you say it, you send the message, I'm not here to criticize you. I'm here to understand you. Empathy, understanding, is a silent form of attraction. People sense it in your words, tone, and gaze. This kind of charm isn't in clothes or looks, it's in the quietness of your heart. Imagine a friend saying, "I've been exhausted lately. Everything is piling up. Sometimes I just want to disappear." What do most people say? "It'll pass, everyone has problems," or "stay positive." Change your mindset. Even if well-intentioned, these words don't help. They can make the person feel more alone. At that moment, the person doesn't need advice, they need understanding. But if you simply look calmly and say, "That sounds challenging," everything changes. It's as if a weight lifts off their shoulders. Finally, someone isn't trying to fix them, they're trying to understand them. Empathy means acknowledging someone's pain without taking it on yourself. You say, "I hear you, I see you." And this feeling is so rare that people don't forget it. Everyone needs to be understood, not just heard. There are millions of people in the world, but very few truly listen. Most listen to respond, not to understand. That's why a simple phrase like "that sounds challenging" can feel like a miracle. It tells the other person, "Your feelings matter to me. They're real." You aren't fixing or changing them, you're simply standing by them. Believe me, this is far more valuable than any wise advice. The Stoic said, if you want to change a person, first understand them. See what they are experiencing before judging them, because without understanding, no words are effective. Sometimes a single sentence can lighten a burden someone has carried for years. Imagine someone tells you their fear. "I'm afraid of making mistakes. I'm afraid everything will fall apart." You respond, "Yes, that sounds challenging. Everyone feels that sometimes." In that moment, they don't feel alone. They aren't judged, they're understood. Empathy is a silent power. You don't shout, scold, or advise, but the other person won't forget you, because you've brought calm to their storm. You didn't argue, you simply stood by them. There are very few people like this in life. Most say, "What should we do?" But very few say, "I understand you." And people spend their lives searching for that rare voice of understanding. By saying, "That sounds challenging," you create a small miracle. The walls they've built around themselves slowly fall. They no longer feel the need to protect themselves because they sense, "This person won't judge me." You create emotional safety with these words. And this is the foundation of all true attraction. People like you because they feel at ease around you. They seek you out because talking to you brings them calm. What makes you truly attractive isn't fancy words or looks. It's the comfort you give to others. This is the greatest energy. You are calm, yet your presence quiets the storms within people. And finally, always remember, everyone carries pain, but very few are understood. If you are one of the rare few who truly understands, it's unforgettable. Because you don't say, "Be right," you simply say, "That sounds challenging." And for someone, these words can feel like the greatest relief in the world. Now let's move on to the fourth communication practice, silence. Silence is something that makes many people uncomfortable. It feels as if when you're not talking, something is wrong, a gap appears. But in reality, silence is not a gap, it is the sound of depth. Superficial people avoid silence because in it, they hear themselves. Silence opens up the inner world, bringing thoughts to the surface that are usually muffled. Only those at peace with themselves are not afraid of this sound. The need to speak constantly, react to every idea, and prove yourself at all times comes from weakness. Silence, on the other hand, is a sign of strength. Silence embodies patience, self-control, and confidence. Imagine two people sitting in a room. One talks non-stop, explaining themselves and seeking validation. The other sits quietly, listening, thinking with their eyes. Who would you find more interesting? Most people would answer, the quiet one, because there is a mystery in silence. Even speaking little, they say much. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Speaking a lot does not make you wise. Silence sometimes reveals wisdom more clearly. Silence does not diminish you, it deepens you. A silent person chooses their words carefully, considers their thoughts and does not rush to speak. They understand the value of each word. Words carry energy, and those who speak excessively lose this energy, while those who speak less preserve it. That's why words from quiet people have a stronger impact, because the words that come after silence have already been considered. Imagine a heated argument. You remain silent while the other person raises their voice, trying to explain and prove themselves. You stay calm, and in that moment the balance of power shifts. Your calmness makes them feel powerless. This is not arrogance, it is self-control. For the Stoics, silence reflected inner order. They believed that the one whose inner world is calm will have clarity in the outer world. Silence separates you from others, but it also allows you to see inside them. Silence is observation. Silence is understanding. When a person is quiet, the other begins to read them. They try to understand what you're thinking. They pay attention. This is the most mysterious form of attraction. You become interesting without saying anything. Silence gives you power, the power to know everything but not say everything. Your energy accumulates in this quiet. People are drawn to you because your presence is calm, yet profoundly impactful. Many, however, avoid this calm. They feel uncomfortable in silence because it confronts them with their own thoughts. So they keep talking, making noise, seeking attention. But remember, the person who runs from silence is running from themselves. If you can embrace silence, you become strong against the world's noise. You no longer feel compelled to respond to every thought or pressure, because you know silence itself is a response. Sometimes the strongest response. Silence is also a mirror. When you are quiet, you see people more clearly. Who understands you? Who listens? Who rushes to judge? You know where to invest your energy, so do not fear your silence. Silence is not against you, it is on your side. It is where your purest, strongest energy resides. In silence, critical voices fall quiet, destructive thoughts weaken, and you finally hear your own voice. Remember, silence is not just being quiet. Silence is freedom from meaningless noise. And in that moment, you are no longer merely calm, you are truly powerful. Now it's time for the fifth phrase. I appreciate you. This simple phrase can strengthen you in ways you didn't expect. People always want to hear, how do others see me? Am I valuable? Imagine someone does something special for you. They help, support, or simply show up. You say, I appreciate you. This isn't a declaration of love. It acknowledges the other person's existence. It values them not just for their actions, but for who they are. Often, people are only recognized for what they do, at work, at home, on social media. But a truly valuable person wants to be seen. When you say, I appreciate you, you give them that recognition. Imagine a colleague completes a project for you, or a friend supports you during a hard time. Saying thank you is good, but it only acknowledges the action. Saying I appreciate you goes deeper. It validates their presence. The Stoics emphasized this. They said, love without respect is short-lived. True attraction comes from respect. Loving someone may feel good, but seeing and appreciating them is what keeps them close. Interestingly, this simple phrase makes you appear confident, attractive, and deep. because you don't show off or demand acknowledgement. You simply recognize their existence with respect. People feel it, and a sense of calm arises within them, as if the world pauses and someone values them. This is rare. We rush, talk, and try to impress. But this simple phrase slows things down, calms the moment, and deepens connection. Imagine your friend shares a difficulty with you. They're tense, tired, and uneasy. Most would immediately respond with advice, do this, try that. But you say, I appreciate you. The weight of your words calms them. They feel you're not judging them, you're simply present. And interestingly, this simple phrase also empowers you. You no longer speak to assert superiority. You exist with respect. Few can do this, and it immediately makes you more attractive. To you it may seem simple, but remember, rare is always powerful. Saying I appreciate you doesn't just express a word. You convey emotion, affirm existence, and create connection. People remember it. They want to be near you because you made them feel valued. These words also enhance your charisma. Charisma isn't about being noticed. It's about making people feel noticed. People feel comfortable with you. They feel heard and seen. This cannot be achieved with wealth, status, or noise. It comes only through genuine attention and respect. Remember, every time you say this, you create a rare power. People rarely hear or experience it. Your words connect them to unforgettable moments. You don't just attract people. You form a deep and authentic bond. The result, I appreciate you, gives the other person respect, value, and trust. They won't forget you. You've given them a rare gift, making them feel truly valued. Finally, the least said but most powerful word, no. This word is the purest form of attraction. A simple word, yet one of the strongest ways to show your charisma and deep respect. Many find it difficult, but it reveals your boundaries and values. Imagine a friend suggests something. Extra responsibility comes at work, or a stranger demands your time. Many instinctively say yes because pleasing others is easier. But when you say no, you choose yourself. You say it not to please others, but to protect your own life. Stoic philosophy teaches, true freedom is freedom from others' demands. You don't allow others to dictate your actions. You own your choices. Interestingly, saying no makes you appear both calm and strong. Because it's not about ego, it's about self-respect. You're not rejecting someone, you're respecting your boundaries. People sense it. Your decisiveness reassures them because they know you are honest and steady. Example, a colleague gives you an extra task. Most people would say yes or make a fake excuse. But you calmly say, no, I can't do that. Short, clear, and sincere. The weight of the word is immediately felt. You control yourself, not them. This simple expression also shows respect. They no longer feel your yes is fake or pressured. Your no is honest and steady. It attracts and commands respect. Even more importantly, it frees you from manipulation. Many say yes to influence others, but you show the real power of words. You are committed to your principles, not others' desires. People sense this and feel comfortable around you because you are consistent and true to your boundaries. Remember, saying no is more than a word. You're showing that you are the master of your own life. Your freedom, decisiveness, and sincerity draw people to you. This word also enhances your charisma. Few can be so open and honest. The result? No. Simple, short, but one of the most powerful words. It shows your boundaries, values, and self-respect. People like you because you don't try to control them. You control yourself. Your decisiveness and honesty earn respect and make people want to be near you. So attraction is never hidden in clothing, words, or gestures. It lies in your inner stability, quiet strength, and sincerity. These 6 phrases, tell me more about that. I don't know. That sounds difficult. Silence. I appreciate you, and no may seem simple, but each creates a sense of wonder when spoken by someone who knows themselves and stays true to their values. Remember, attraction is a silent confidence, and silent confidence speaks louder than any words. You are recognized not by the number of things you say, but by the depth and honesty of your words, your presence, your silence. Your honesty and your respect for boundaries naturally draw people to you. If, while watching this video, you paused and realized that these phrases could truly make you more attractive and unforgettable among people, I highly recommend subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications so you'll be alerted to future lessons that will strengthen your silent power. Like the video, share it with friends who protect their values, and help them learn these 6 powerful expressions. Because the greatest secret is this: attraction doesn't come from appearances, it comes from the weight of your words. And if you can master that, people will always follow you with respect and curiosity. See you in the next video.